Hello and welcome to the show. I'm here on Forza Horizon 2 with another city car rallycross. My vehicle today is the Maserati Ghibli. Yes, the Maserati is going to have a go. I like that. This is a fantastic car. Partly because of the name, but I actually do quite like the look of the big Maserati. And it's going to have a go on the rallycross course. Now this has also got a huge amount of power, much like the Charger and Supra that went last time. This is very, very powerful. It hasn't got the standard engine. It is running the Ferrari Enzo V12, one of the most powerful engines you can get in Horizon 2. 1,200 horsepower, near enough 800 torque. So it's more powerful than the Charger. It's not as powerful as the Supra, no, but this is still a hell of a lot of power going through the rear wheels of this vehicle. So it's going to be an interesting one to drive when it comes to the off-road. Of course, to get as much power as we do, the engine is twin turbocharged. Now, I do have small concerns with this vehicle. While the Supra and Charger both ran with the race tyres, which of course this vehicle is going to have, they had 345s on the rear. This doesn't. It has 315s. Admittedly, still, yes, sizable tyres, but they're not as big. I'm not going to get as much grip out of them. And we're putting down more power in this car than we had. I mean, the Charger was difficult enough to drive as it is. In this, we're putting down even more power. You can see the problem that that we might be having with this vehicle. Of course, all other aspects of the car are absolutely maxed out. So brakes and suspension and so on. We're running the race suspension. Admittedly, while yes, we are going off-road, actually having race suspension is quicker. As strange as that is, having race suspension is quicker than having the off-road suspension, just the way the game works. Weight-wise is another... It's a small concern, but I'm not actually sure it'll be as big a problem as you might expect. The Maserati is quite a heavy vehicle, and it is rather huge, let's be honest. Even with the full-on weight reduction, we're still looking at 3,500 pounds, which is, yes, that is a lot of weight to move around, but that might not necessarily be a bad thing. Because we've got so much power and we're trying to put it down on dirt, the extra weight may give the car a small bit more stability. And when we're talking about such high powers and odd surfaces, shall we say, it may come in quite useful. It may not be quite as bad as as it could be ultimately. I'm still expecting, though, the Maserati to be a difficult car to drive. All of these vehicles, when they get up to this amount of power and you're taking them off-roading, you know, it's not going to be particularly easy. I think this could go quicker than the Charger, though. I do think it could go quicker than the Dodge. We shall go and find out. Our test track is on Storm Island. Now, I'm having to do this a little bit fiddle because I want to do a speed run with the cars after I've done it, which is why you see the car here is currently in Nice, is on the mainland. We are going to be still doing the Storm Island rivals. We'll be going to the Backroads Brawl circuit. The loading times, because I'm in slightly the wrong place, the loading times go a little bit skew-whiff, shall we say. We are going to have 6 laps to set as fast a lap time as possible with this vehicle. The target, the Charger's time of 54.796. That's what we're going to try and beat this time out with the Maserati. Maserati is a higher PI than the Dodge and a higher PI than the Supra as well. It won't be as quick in a straight line as the Supra, nothing really will, but I'm thinking that that this car could survive the dirt course relatively well. It's still got to put up with a hell of a lot around here. It is a lot of difficult terrains for the Maserati to deal with, but I shall give it my very best shot. There's going to be much wheel spin off the line as expected. Whoa, okay. We haven't quite got the... yeah, we have really bizarre gears going on. Really bizarre gears going on in the Maserati. I'm very confused as to what on earth what is the gearing doing in this car? I'm not sure if it's just with the turbos and the amount of wheel spin I'm getting in this, is it can't quite decide what it wants to be doing here. Oh, We're all over the place on this opening lap. Fourth gear seems to be working quite well through there. I'm going to have to dump it down a gear, and then we're going to have to wait and try and be very careful. This is all about throttle control around here. We don't want to be spinning the wheels. If we're spinning the wheels, we're going to be losing speed. Whoa, we're going over this way. Okay, and then stick to the left here. Got to remember that one, so as we don't end up in the trees. Oh, it's quite bumpy. We can't take anywhere near as much speed into turn one there. The brakes are pretty good on this car, but I'll be honest, I don't really think I could... Oh, no, we're going to have a big twitch there. There's not actually any huge braking zones on this course, and the problem is that I just can't put the power down well enough to get up speed anywhere. It is okay under braking. It's not going to be the best car we've ever had because it is kind of heavy. Through a lot of this early part, we're not really worrying about braking that much. It's all worrying about keeping the power delivery under control. We're going to have a big sideways moment through there. Now try and be careful. No, we're not being careful enough. We're going to go round. God, there. Okay, this is not this is not quite the nice car I'd hoped it was to be. It's a little bit twitchy. In all honesty, it doesn't... I mean, let's be honest, we're driving a 1,200 horsepower rear-wheel drive saloon car off-road. Oh, we're going in the trees. I'm not stopping that. Dodge the trees over here. Somewhere there will be a nice clean route out of here. There we go. Yeah, we've got an incredibly powerful saloon car being raced off-road, but it's just when it starts getting sideways, you can hold it quite well in the Supra and in the Charger, but this, it'll suddenly kind of flick back on you and then try and throw it into the trees, which is not what I expected from a larger, slightly heavier vehicle. I thought we would be a bit more planted than it actually is. Nope, we can't carry all of that speed up there. Ooh, the bumps are causing a few issues for the Maserati. This is not anywhere near as bumpy a course as the one I use the rally car builds on around here. It is on dirt, yes, and there are some bumps. There is these couple of jumps down here, but they're nowhere near the same sort of size. And also we've got nowhere near the same sort of speed out of the vehicles coming into these jumps. This is probably the fastest part of the track. It's 120, but the landing's a lot smoother here. It's not as much time spent in the air. 57.421 on that lap. A couple of laps to try and go quicker. I'm not sure that this is going to beat the Charger anymore. It just doesn't quite have the stability that I expected from the Ghibli. We're fighting through this first section, and I'm not sure about these gear ratios. The gears... whoa, no. Behave yourself, Maserati. It's just slightly strange gearing going on in this car. Right, I'm trying to be smooth through these corners as I can. Oh, there's a bump on the inside. I have to end up turning out of that one. We're going to run towards the barrels. We're going to now run towards the other wall. Try and keep it all together on the on the bloody road here. I'm trying to use a bit of speed, but I know I can't use that much down here. Oh, we're a little bit out of position there. We are okay across the line. Right, we're going to go a little bit quicker. 56.383 from the Maserati. So this is the final... We've got 2 more laps, sorry, to go with this car. Yeah, I've got to try and find some way of putting the power down in this. But I just can't do it. There is too much of it trying to escape the rear wheels, and we don't have the same control that we had with the Charger. And then bumps are horrible. We're going in the trees. Oh, we kind of scraped the trees. We're not really got away with it though. So again, it's another scruffy lap. I'm having real difficulties with the Ghibli here. Oh, we're going to take out a couple of the barrels there. It's really getting thrown about a lot more on these bumps than the Dodge was. The Supra, I think, is even worse on around here than the Supra was for being chucked about on the bumps. Oh, please slow down for turn 1. It is quicker than the Supra at this stage, and that is just because I can put at least a little bit more power down to the road. Yeah, it's really struggling. We're off towards the trees again. We're going to... Oh, still fighting. The back end is still wanting to do its own thing. I have a small amount of suggestion as to what the car might be doing. The rest of it is just doing itself. Sometimes the back end is wiggling around. Sometimes it's surprisingly in check. That's not very often, though. Yeah, he's definitely fourth all down that first part. Stick it in third for here. I think quickly put it up into fourth again is the best idea. I just can't use any of the power around this particular bit. We're running up towards the line. This is a better lap. Dodge the tree. That was quite close. We're going up into fifth for this bit. Fly to the left, run towards the line. It is quicker. Oh, I got it together on the final lap of 53.788. I have no idea where that came from. With a with a little bit of luck, I think quite a bit of luck actually, in not finding any silly bumps around the course. The Ghibli goes to the top of the table, 53.788, a second quicker than the Dodge Charger. I thought it might be good. It's not as nice to drive as I expected, in all honesty. It does go quicker. It's not as nice to drive, though, as I had expected. It doesn't feel like a £3,500 saloon car. It feels very light, which on the road should be a good thing, that we're about to take it now. But in a big off-road course where there's lots of bumps, I would have liked it to have been a little bit more stable, in all honesty. But that's a good lap time for the Maserati. Now we are going to take it on a speed run. With this much power from the Enzo engine, we should be going pretty quick. We're likely to be looking around... We're not going to go to the 270 mile an hour mark with this car. We're looking at about the 250, I would expect. The Ghibli is... It's okay, it's a modern car. It will be designed to be aerodynamic, but of course it isn't a supercar, a hypercar. It's not quite got the same aerodynamical efficiency as some of them. So we're not going to see. It's not as got much power as the Supra, so we're not going to quite see it up there. I wouldn't expect. Maybe I'll be wrong, but my guesstimate is about the 250 mile an hour mark, which, let's face it, is still bloody fast. 250 miles an hour is still ludicrously fast for a four-door saloon car. It does have an engine from a Ferrari, but never mind. There's a lot of speed for a car of this size, and I'm hoping now we're on the road, maybe we will have a bit more stability from it on this speed run, because where we take the cars for the speed run is going to be on the motorway. Now, the motorway has corners and it has traffic for me to deal with, which means we are going to be able to need to weave in and out of some traffics and carry some corner speed as well. The main top speed bit is going to be at the very end of the run when we start going downhill, but we're going to need to be able to get there cleanly. So I'm hoping we will have enough stability and enough rear end grip. That is the big concern with high speed cars here. First thing I'm going to do now is go and check the gear ratios. They seem very weird on that. Might explain why there are 8 gears. That could explain why the gear ratio seems a little weird. Okay, we're going to dump all of the aero off as well, since we're going for a speed run. But seeing as I want the aero on all of these cars when we come off-roading, it's only fair to keep the aero on for when we do this. Can we get any more? I mean, the gears seem very, very weird in this vehicle. So if I extend it up there, we might get past 250 then. Can we get up to 260? I would doubt it. But no, it looks like we're going to be at about the 250 mark. 8 gears is too bloody many. 254.3. We might get that up to 55, 56 when we're going downhill. That's quick. That's very, very fast for a four-door saloon vehicle. I just really hope we have the control from the Ghibli to get it up to that sort of speed. Oop, I seem to miss a button. The sound is lagging behind a little bit. Okay, right, we're good, we're going. We're the Ghibli's rev counter goes up to 8,000 RPM, but there's an engine rev so high, it doesn't go out of the red area. It's all dodging the AI cars, 220. We're not quite as quick coming into the tunnel. They're still pretty damn quick, though. We're going to have a little bit of a lift through here. Yeah, we're not going to try that. That's still 190 miles an hour through that turn. Now we're going to push it out the other side. So nice to see the digital dashboard as well, actually showing a miles an hour instead of the normal kilometres an hour. That's nice to see. Come on, Maserati. We're up to 230. This can still pull. This is not not that much slower than the Supra. It's just not quite got the same acceleration as you can imagine for having 300 less horsepower. Still mighty quick car. All across the bumps, we're on two wheels at 200 miles an hour. The Maserati dealt with it. Mercedes was trying to change lanes. Silly thing to be doing with a car coming this quickly around. 230. Oh, that felt like the whole car tipped through that turn. That's a scare. I don't quite know what happened there. This is really nice handling. This is even better than the Supra on the handling front through here. Flat out at the moment. Can we be flat out through this next turn? I'm probably not going to be because it looks like there's a lorry changing lanes, but what is the driver doing? I don't know. Always got to be on the lookout for them. The Ghibli is incredible. 233 miles an hour, and it's really not that hard to drive. Up into 7th gear now. I forgot about these extra gears. Yeah, I've essentially made this gearbox a 6-speed gearbox because the other ones are so long I don't think I'm ever really going to need them. Okay, we are coming down the hill, out of the tunnel. This has been such a nice car to drive down this speed run. I am amazed with how good it is. We're past the 250 mile an hour mark, 253. Come on, Maserati. You can get the 55. I would like 55 out of this car. Oh, we've got a stupidly high skill chain going on at this moment in time. And whiz past some more. 254, 255. There we go. 255 miles an hour out of the Maserati. And even the bumps don't phase it. Oh, we're going to slow it down now. This is a remarkable vehicle, I have to say. I did not expect it to be that. This is probably the easiest car I have ever done a speed run with. There is so much grip, you can change directions so easily. Even at speeds well gone 200 miles an hour, the back end of this car will not budge off the road. I mean, this is... I'm trying to think of the other cars that have been easy to run down here. The BMW M1, that was pretty good. Same engine at similar sort of speeds. This is definitely... It's just so nice to drive at the high speeds. When it comes to the tarmac stuff, the Maserati, and high-speed tarmac stuff at that, the Maserati is very, very good. Didn't expect it to be that good on these roads. When it comes to the off-roady stuff, there is oversteer as expected. There's just not the stability on the car. It bounces around a little bit uncooperative at times. I did go fastest. We did get the fastest lap time out of the Maserati, but it wasn't a particularly nice car to do that lap time with. Anyway, that is it for this video, guys. So thank you very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.